Hey guys, Wheatywaffle here today, and we are back in the city of Westfield. So I'm looking at this ridiculous port. Look at all of these. Why are there so many at one time? Like, how are we supposed to process all of this? I'm not done with this port yet. We have a lot to do here, but I just haven't figured out exactly what I want to do. So it just has to kind of hang out until I know for certain what's going on. If you have any ideas or suggestions of how we can finish this area, let me know. And I think part of the issue for this whole area is just the setup of these two ports next to each other is just entirely too much. This port does get a lot more traction. I don't know if that's because it's a straight shot, so there's no decision that the individual vehicle has to make. It just goes straight and ends up at the port, or if because this port is also fed by the train line, and so it's getting a lot more cargo in and out just because it has the addition of that train line. So this may be doing the same amount as this here, but because this has a train, we're not seeing all that traffic. But what I want to do, I think, is take this port and I want to move it over into this area, and this little area here is going to become our water treatment facility. So we'll extend this key over and kind of fill in this little nub area. I think we'll leave the other half open. I do anticipate maybe spreading out just a few more suburbs over here to get us to that 100,000, and also just to kind of cap off this side. The downtown here feels great. There's a lot of sprawl down this way, even getting us all the way into farmlands. I want to do the same on this side just so it feels complete. Let's go ahead and figure out what this layout's going to look like. I think I want to kind of rework this so it's a little bit more rigid. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this just so that I don't end up getting crazy flooding until I'm ready for it. And I think this little nub is going to disappear. So instead, we'll bring this up and it'll have a new pier that comes out right at this spot. So let's go ahead and try to make that happen. This port is going to move, I think, to this area here, and we'll have some kind of almost like a roundabout kind of circular road here that will then carry the traffic in and out. And I think I want to carry them along the side of the highway, and we'll do an actual interchange here. This little piece is going to go. So once this is gone, this will all just kind of be this open area. And then along here, we could put some of our water pumps if we wanted. We'll think about it. I think I know I want the port here, maybe water pumps along the side, and then this is going to be the main treatment center for all of that water. So let's back this up to here for now. All right, we're going to unpause, and we're going to let's fast forward, and let's just let it, do it. There we go. Yep, flood. Oh, my word. Okay, so now that the water has kind of, for the most part, figured itself out, I mean, there's things like this where this whole area is still flooded, but I'm hoping that with time, that will get itself sorted. Let's go ahead and move this port over. So if I grab her, and we just move it here, and where does it, it's connecting up just fine. Oh yeah, it's connecting up just fine. All right, so that port's going to live over there for now. We're going to go ahead and pause. The number of changes we're about to make, I don't want anything to get too messed up. So let's get rid of this road. And we're going to also get rid of this key right here. And since we have key anarchy, let's just go ahead and straight up connect these two together without worrying about not actually being on the water's edge. And then let's make this the right height. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now we have that together. Let's do one more bit of terraforming. So now we have this new kind of port side area here. We could even think about just connecting this entirely and having this closed. Because this here doesn't make a whole ton of sense. You know what? We're doing it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now this makes this Aleutian, or Port Aleutian, make a little bit more sense. And actually, you know what? Speaking of making things make more sense, let's bring Port Aleutian along this highway corridor. We're just going to expand it. I wasn't going to do the whole port today. I'm still not, but we are going to fix mistakes where we see them, or at least try to make things just make sense. And like what we had there was not making sense with the new changes. So let's bring this all the way up. We'll, for now, just kind of roughly cover this area. I'm not going to be too worried about it being perfect. Once we finish the renovation, then we'll know for certain like what should be included and what should not. This is the new Port Aleutian. So we have this all along here. We're going to go ahead and hit play just to let this water now move, because we've done more terraforming. Here she comes. Flood round 2. We'll go ahead and while it's flooding, just kind of make all this land make a bit more sense and let this just wipe out everything that was here. So while we have that moving, I think this water should be done soon. So why don't we go ahead and try to edit this area. I did not, I forgot to get the touch me mod. Let me go get that please touch me mod and I'll be able to change this road here. Okay, I turned on, it's not called please touch me, it's called touch this. We've touched this road. So now I should be able to, yes, now I can change it. So now we have this kind of one-way route coming in, and then I want to link them up to this. So I think this will then, this two-way road will shift into, was that 10 units, into becoming a one-way road. And then I think, I actually want to also change this one to a one-way. And then from here, I want to curve this in. Turn on anarchy and go like this, and then we're going to just kind of move it until it's exactly where we want it. There we go. Okay, so now we have this connected this way. Doesn't this need power? I was going to say, this does not have any power. The rest of the city is still connected. There's no like power problems. We're good there. But we are going to start hitting this place where we don't have enough water. Although people are moving out, so the water availability is rising just because there are less people living in our city at the present moment. Now we have this together. Can we fit? Here's the real question. Can we fit these along the edge with anarchy on or off? No, we can't, but they can still fit this way. I want to delete all of my water pipes and see how many we have. So if we had one here, we'll get rid of that. 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get rid of all those. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 10, 11. Alright, so we're going to need at least 12. We could put them all here along this side, and then there would just be tons of water rushing into this area, and I think I'm okay with that. Or we could put them along the back, but I kind of like them like nestled against this road. So let's try to put 12 in here and then let's see what happens. Okay, we have a little bit of flooding, but that's because I finally have kind of figured out what I want to do in this area. It looks kind of crazy, but this is just a massive bowl over here. And then the water is coming to fill in this depression to make it the same as the rest. So once this finishes filling out, this water should stop flooding literally everything. I do want to, let's check our water. We're just above where we need to be. We're gonna have to add more of these at some point, but I think with how deep this is, we could easily put a few more along this back road if we needed to and have more than enough connection. I mean, the current here would be ridiculous because this water is just being pulled by these by all of these pumps. But okay, so right now we have a little bit of traffic happening here, but a lot of it is related to this port. Whenever this lets out, we do get a bit more traffic coming through. I turned off these lights, so hopefully that will help these people kind of move through.
2 seconds later.
So I removed this road. I don't like how it was working. I think instead I want to have some kind of major arterial coming down and into this section. I'm happy with this off ramp. I might like maybe adjust it a little bit, but actually I think I might have this off ramp kind of move to this section. So we're going to remove that neighboring road entirely. We'll put this exit over here, and then what we will do is, instead of this being grass lined, let's do we have this 4-lane industry. I think that's going to be okay. Let's go ahead and change, I think, all of those into those industry roads. And I'm going to take a road that comes over and connects into here. So let's take this down an additional 10, additional 20, where it's going to then kind of branch off into a T, which this is going to help us kind of figure out the rest of this port area. I think this road will come forward another 20 and then wiggle its way over to the port. There's not going to be a ton of additional traffic in this area just because a lot of the buildings we're going to place here for the sewage treatment don't really need any kind of traffic or maintenance. Like unless they catch on fire, otherwise they just kind of sit there. So what if we do it like this? This would come to here, and then this could dead end here like this. Ooh, okay, I like this much better. I like this much better. This would come down. Let's just completely back up this curve and bring this straight on in. And then, just to make sure that all of this is kind of set up appropriately, this is our turning lane. So you have to go this direction. This road can turn here, while this road feeds into both of these. And I want to do that so that people use the outer lane when they're leaving. Okay. I think I like that better, because then you'll come here, there'll be one stop here, it'll fill up, and then when it's ready, it will unload and all the cars will come down and exit. All right, we're going to hit play, we're going to slow it down. We're losing tons of population. If we go and look at not options, if we go to city statistics, population is falling. It's both a little bit of a death wave and also like I've flooded the downtown multiple times. So now that we have this set up, let's let this start running. It's going to start figuring itself out. These people got to get moving. This exit, let's just quickly update this so that this is a 2-lane. And we'll do that on both sides. So this is a 2-lane that makes a little bit more sense. And now the people who are at the port can easily get out and off. Let's go ahead and start thinking about sewage. So we've done the water side of things. We're doing fine there. I now want to figure out how to set up my sewage so that it looks a little bit nicer and also is just all in this one spot. I'm just going to actually bring this pipe all the way down and through just because I know eventually we'll need that. But for now, we will just reconnect that there. Okay, so for sewage, what do I have? I have these assets here. That might be it. I think we've got a few guys over here, which we're going to leave those, I think, and we have nothing over here. I do want to get rid of this area here. So if I were to back all of this off, where does that put my sewage treatment? Because it's probably going to put it worse for wear. Woefully under what we actually need. Sewage draining capacity, we have about 500,000. We need 1.2 million. So we need an additional 700,000. Let's look at, I really like these aeration basins, and they do 300,000 each. But I want to also use these other assets that I have that are like the administration and laboratory and like make it a full-on facility. So you're driving in. I don't know what'll be here. We'll think of something, but I want to have the main aeration buildings, I guess, here along the back and maybe even in the middle, but I don't know. I think I know I want them over here for sure. So let's see how big one of these guys is. If I were to just take any random road, I want to have them back to back. So if this was coming straight on through, right to there, and we were to put Let's start it here. Let's get a road in here first. Keep it to the ground. It's kind of getting crazy with the height. Keep it all the same. And then let's put in these guys back to back. So if we needed about 700,000 more. So really, like a few of these would kind of do what we needed. Because that would bring us to 700 or 800, 1200, or 1100. I don't know. That's probably more than enough. But I'm going to put 3 additional behind here too. We're probably going to have a crazy amount of processing power. And I'm totally cool with that. I want it to look interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we left a space for a path and we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'd want this to be here. Okay. So that has this on this side, which looks nice. Let's actually just connect this directly in. Can I do that without curving? Anarchy that right in. And I want to actually go ahead and just redo this without the curve, just to make that a little bit cleaner. Okay, we'll put a path down the middle. We do have the pollution turned off, so it could be tree lined, just to make this not look so gross. And then I think this area here will be where that like main facility goes. So we have the grit and screen facility, but then we also have the administration and laboratory. I want this. What does the front of the building look like? It has those little gardens. Let's go ahead and put it just like this. So you're kind of seeing the back. You'd have to turn off to get to the front of the building, but I think that's okay. I went ahead and just quickly did a very tiny bit of detailing behind the building, as well as connected up all of our, oh, that one's a little funky, connected up all of our water pipes. Let's just get this to connect straight in. There we go. Okay, I'm still not going to unpause. We're not there yet. Now that we have those together, though, I want to think about doing the larger basin things. What are these guys called? The activated sludge process tank, and then we also have the clarifier. So the sludge process tanks, they're the larger guys. And we have the tinier clarifiers. They all do need to be against a road. So what I kind of want to do, I think I want to have 4 sludge tanks in the back. So these bigger guys along a road. And then maybe we do a few, not many, of the clarifiers. So let's bring this straight on out. I don't know if it's going to connect yet. So we'll kind of just let it sit there and hang out. And then let's add in 4 of these. So we'll do 1. Technically, they can fit there, which doesn't make any sense. I want to give them a little bit of space, so we'll do it so that they're not touching. But we'll have 4 of those clarifiers. Now, why we didn't get those trees out of here, I don't know. And then let's go ahead and just get all this watered up. So we'll bring this guy straight on in. And then in this middle area is where I want to use both the clarifiers and I want to use this other building here. What is this one? This is the grit and screen facility. We could do the grit and screen facility here at the front. You would technically like not see the main building until you got over this way, but I think having this kind of along this main road does make a little bit more sense. So I'll have the grit and screen facility here, or even better, let's just turn it so it's facing this road. And then I want to put in, I think I do want to put a path in, just like right along the back, kind of connected there. We could put a path there, and then we could take a road just along the back side here, or we could put it in the middle. Let's do that instead. How far back do these guys go? They're a perfect circle, so we would need to put our road, here. Right? Is that the correct spot? Oh, perfect. So if our road is here, we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4. We might even bring this out just a little bit more. We could also pretend that you can drive right into the back of this facility. We're a little off. Hold on, let's see if we can take this. If I were just to shimmy it over a little bit, does that look totally crazy? Not really. And it does add in this kind of fence at the gate, which I kind of think looks good. I like that because it almost looks like this grill is for this fence. So we're gonna, I think we'll leave that. That looks good. Okay, so I think this is what we've got going on here. We've just got tons of different ways of processing our sewage. I did add in a fire station here as well as a police station over on this side, and just did some detailing with some reeds, some fences, and made this area here concrete, just so it kind of still feels like it's a part of the port as well, because all of this I think will eventually become port. This might be the end of where we are heavily keying things, or maybe we'll do one more straight key here just to kind of give it a little bit more of a smooth transition into the natural world again, or the natural coast. But I think this is what I want to have done for this portion here. Now the only thing I want to add to this, I do want to place just one or two trash facilities in this area, both to help with obviously trash, but just to kind of fill in this other side a bit more. I can't imagine there would be a whole ton of like businesses fighting to be in this area. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put maybe like a small little trash section back here. I wouldn't mind doing these recycling centers, to be totally honest. And we could just put down, 1, 2, 3. We could just put down 1, 2, 3 and leave it there. I'm gonna count it every time. We could put down 3 and call it a day. Let's put down 3 there and then fill in this back area. And then I might just do like a real quick, let's do bin, trash. Oh, I want trees. That's not gonna help. Oh, there we go. We got those, but I want the larger recycling bins. Just kind of changing things up a little bit so it looks more like a full thought out facility versus just kind of being plunked down. Okay, so now I still have not turned it on. I think we're about to get to that place. Let me just make sure this has water. It does. They're all good to go. We've got water. We have a power connection that comes through and comes down. Let's start with the power just to make sure that power actually moves through, because we are coming over. That's blue. That's blue. All these are blue. Okay. Sewage is through the roof. Anybody complaining? Y'all are complaining. But I'm hoping that you guys get it sorted. You did. Oh, fantastic. Now, this is flooding, which is like so fascinating that this area is flooding. But I wonder if that's because of the work we've done over here, that ripple is finally hitting that section. Okay. I think we've kind of done it. We've definitely helped the traffic in this area. Now, only time is going to tell if what we've done here is actually going to work and if it's actually useful or not. Ideally, these would be connected. We might do that, but the moment I connect these two areas, it really begins to stress both this roundabout and just the entrances to the ports. So what we're going to do for now, we'll leave them separate, kind of let them run individually. I think it just works better overall for our city, at least right now. But what I want to do in both of these areas, we've got this big slab here of open space, as well as some open space in the middle of this section and over here, because we're starting to slowly creep up this direction. Back here is going to be suburbs. I know that for sure, certain. We do have a farming industry over here, as well as a forestry industry over here, and both of them I have not built all those factories. So I would love to come over here and put those factories in this area. What I need to know from you guys in the comments below, if you've made it this far, what do we want to do next? I'm going to put up some ideas that I have here on screen. Idea 1 would be to have some kind of suburb over in this back area and start working on that. Idea 2 would be to work on a final suburb area over here in this bottom area of Cardona City that would be much more rural and would help us get to 5-star farming. Idea 3 is to remove all of the industry in this pocket here and replace it with our forestry industries factories, kind of expanding that forestry industry and finishing out getting a 5-star forestry industry. And idea 4 would be to put some kind of rocket somewhere, and that will also give extra just places for our industry to deliver goods. And then we could launch that rocket before the series is over. But I think, guys, I think that's where we're going to leave this part here. I'm happy with how this turned out. It's still like crazy crowded. There's just so many boats. But I do think that this is a much better setup. And this is nice because now we don't have to worry about our water and our sewage. Like sewage we'll never have to deal with again. What is our capacity? We have capacity for 3 million, and we're not even halfway there. So we will never need to worry about sewage again. I do think we'll need to do a little bit more in terms of water pumps, but now we've got a whole another basin here that we could fill up as well, and just kind of keep all of that centralized in one location. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any comments, leave them below, give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do so. And I will see you guys in the next one.